Welcome back to my channel. In this episode of Made with Love, we will be making crab and noodles for brunch. I'm torn. I can't make up my mind whether I want over easy eggs and toast or noodles and crab. So we're going to clean this back and let it soak in the water for a bit. So I'm adding more water again, and I'm adding it little by little. I like to build my sauce up instead of having a big pot of water and then adding the seasoning. I find that when you slowly build it, it absorbed all of the seasoning and the herbs better versus the other way I mentioned, having a big pot of water and adding the seasoning. So throughout this whole video, you'll see me adding a little bit of water because it's better to add than to put too much and have to remove it. I've watched my mother do this since a child. Whatever bowl that she seasons the meat or the seafood in, she adds a little bit of water and then she takes her hand and just kind of wipe around it just to ensure that she gets all the little bits of seasoning and then adds it to the meal. So that's what I did here. I'm adding more olive oil. Just as I'm adding a little bit of water, I want to come back and add some olive oil just to make sure that the broth and the sauce isn't too watery. The olive oil keeps it binded and keeps it a little thicker and more gravy-like. Now I'm going to cover it up and let it simmer a little bit. All that love, attention, and patience, it's finally looking like the broth is done. Now we're going to move on to the noodles. Instant noodle sriracha, I still taste it. Today in Baby Use What You Got, I stole one of Kid 2's ramen packet and we're about to make it glamorous. So this is Kid 1's plate. I decided to add a half-boiled egg to hers. Mine I skipped, but hers was the prettier one. And this is it. I don't know about you guys, but in this house, presentation is everything. So I garnished Kid 1's bowl with fresh parsley and fresh scallions.